Good morning, everybody. Just a little update on the garden. It's been at least 2-3 weeks since last time I did an update, so here we go. So this is a cherry tree. Haven't got anything this year. It bloomed, but didn't get anything. So I'm gonna give it one more year. And if it doesn't produce anything next year, it will become smoking wood for barbecue. We got our boysenberry. I tied one up a little bit. I'm trying to get it up on those wires. And there's our pepper plant. This is a Serrano Chili and cayenne pepper, two of them. They're really close together, but see some little chilies on there. Strawberry plant, a lot of strawberries, and for once they're actually good size. Looks like they're good size this time. I think it has to do with the amount of fertilizer and water you give them. Lettuce is growing. I just stuck those in because I had a space and I didn't have anywhere else to put them. So we got boysenberries are wanting to come up everywhere. If you ever plant the berry plant, make sure you either want a lot of them or you have the time to pick out all these suckers, because they will keep coming. You just pull, they come up really easy. Just pull really up like that. But you got to do it like every week practically, or every other week, because they will keep going forever. There's another guy right here. Put him right there. Another guy. And if they get a good root system, what I usually do is I will pot them up and then give them away. Pot them up and give them to people. So that's that. We got some berries on the boysenberries. They're coming along. My daughter and son have been eating these, so you're not going to see a lot of ripe ones on there. So here's some sweet potato. Sweet potatoes. This is a tomatillo that I bought and planted there because it gets taller than the sweet potato, so you can plant it right next to it. The sweet potatoes are actually planted somewhere here, so the roots aren't going to affect that. The garlic is growing. I got some lettuce at the store, some bib lettuce, I believe. Got those growing. They had a rough start. They got a little wilted, but they came back, so we'll see how they do. Potatoes are still doing okay. A little bit disappointing this year for potatoes. I'm not sure what happened, but they're not. I planted this whole area solid with potatoes, and it's not much has grown. Less than half has grown, so not sure what that's about, but maybe next year will be better. We got tangerine or nectarine tree. This is a kind of a neat nectarine tree. Really good one for the front yard because you cannot see the fruit. But if you go underneath, they're there, which is nice because they're hidden and people walking by don't grab them. Oh, it looks like we got a little bit of, aphids on this guy. I have to treat that, but I've been putting on BT, which is Bacillus thuringiensis, for worm control, like caterpillar control, and it's been doing a great job because these things were decimated and now their leaves look pretty good, so pretty happy with that. Put some more garlic. These are a little older garlics, and that's a hardneck garlic, so we'll get the scapes off of those, which is a flower, immature flower, and fry those up like asparagus. Uh-oh, my lettuce is starting to bolt. It's been warm. It's been in the 80s and 90s, so this one's done. When they bolt, they're done. I'm gonna have to harvest this one before it bolts because it looks like it's about to. So I'm gonna harvest that guy maybe today or tomorrow. They're berry daisies. They're blooming. Got some. Our corn is tasseling and it's starting to silk. So, don't know if you'll be able to see this, but I'm gonna try it out. Let's see if I can get this. You can see the pollen come out. Can you see the pollen come out? I think you can. So that's how they're wind blown. The wind knocks them around. The pollen comes down and rains on the silks. When you have a big block of them, you don't need to hand pollinate. So I'm trying to plant a big enough block where I don't need to hand pollinate, because that gets pretty time consuming. But I do still come around on calm days. I'll come around and knock the tassels around to get them to pollinate a little bit better. I had good luck on that in the backyard. We had 21 ears of corn that we used for a barbecue on Father's Day, so that was kind of fun. I planted these. I forgot to show you guys, but I planted these okra. They've sprouted and they're growing pretty good. I got a whole line of them back there, mixed in with the corn. So these corn probably aren't going to amount to much. I'll probably pull those out because these aren't really, haven't really taken off, and they're not going to catch up in time for the other corn to grow, to get fruit on them. So these are marigolds. They're doing okay still, and I also have some okra on this side too. So what I do on the squash, I'm not sure what kind of squash this is. Maybe you guys know. I'll show you. Here's a juvenile one, a really small one, even smaller one. I'll show you a bigger one. And there, let's see, show you some bigger ones. I'm thinking spaghetti squash, but I'm not sure. They're supposed to be acorn squash, is what the lady said it was when we did the seed trade, but I don't think it's acorn squash because it's not even the right shape. So we have whatever it is, there's a lot of them. So I just on this squash, in order to keep them from shading these out, I just break off or pinch down some of the leaves, just like that. Just pinch them down. Doesn't really hurt them. I mean, it hurts those leaves, but it doesn't hurt the plant. Like this guy is over the line here, so I just pinch him back, and then give it a little pinch, and it'll stay. Probably die, but that's all right. I don't want it to crowd out these plants here. So what happens when these are some from previously, and the leaves are still okay, but they're damaged obviously. But I keep them away so that they don't shade out my other plants I want to keep here. Okra. Doesn't seem to hurt the plant or production in the least bit. So that's what I do. Oh, they're kind of spiny, so. Alright, so there. This guy. Get him some more sun. There you go. So that's better. I do that about once a week. Come out there and do that. But let me show you. The squash is going nuts. I mean, it's crazy. I planted it like way over there, right there. It's going absolutely crazy. Here's cotton. This is cotton plant. It has a bud starting right there. It looks like so. There's one right there. There's a cotton bud starting. They have I'm pretty sure they're relative of a hibiscus. They sure look like it. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, I'll show you that, and I'll show you the process of harvesting these and how to make cotton balls, homemade cotton balls. If you want to learn how to do that, it's pretty easy, very easy to do. Let me show you the squash over here, and you guys tell me what this is if you know, because I don't know. I'm thinking blue Hubbard squash. I don't know. Let's go a little closer. Yeah, blue Hubbard maybe, or there's a blue spaghetti, like a green spaghetti squash. I don't know what that is. It's got a little bit of ridges on it. I'm not sure. Time will tell. So, please let me know if you know what it is, because I have no clue. Here's our pumpkin. We're underneath the one of the arbors, so it's growing pretty well under there. Got some little guys here, and then we got this big guy right here. He's getting big. It's a teardrop shaped pumpkin. They're pretty cool. There's one up there. You can see it right there. There's a lot. One there, starting. One back there in the flower. There's quite a few of them around. There's one right in front of me, right there with bees in it. Kind of scared them away. Sorry, guys. Sweet potatoes obviously doing great. They're doing really good. Recent knowledge to me is you can eat the leaves. You can actually eat these younger leaves. Obviously taste better than the older, woodier ones, but you can eat the leaves of these. And they're pretty good. They taste like spinach. My artichoke is doing well. Sunflower looks like it's going to seed. See that guy? See the seeds in there? Let's see here if I can get a good picture of the seeds. It's pretty cool. Got some little shoots off the side, but the arbor looks great. I mean, it's better than I expected it was gonna look so far. Trying to keep it looking pretty for the front yard. This is my front yard, as you can tell. It's a pretty good sized street. So here's this one, this arbor, the pumpkin's starting to grow up on it. One of these is from a seed I planted, a pumpkin. The other one, all the other stuff is from this pumpkin that ran down across, and I'm training it up here. So that's what I have going on there. They grow like 30 feet, so plenty of length to do that in. And then we got some more sweet potatoes. There's Pookie. Hi, Pookie. Come here, Pookie. This is we don't know how old she is exactly, but she is about 15 to 16 years old. We've been married 14 years today. Today's our anniversary. We're gonna go paddleboarding today. Hi, Pookie. And Pookie is a love bug. She will love on you. She'll have you pet her until she has no fur left. She just loves being petted. Huh, Pookie? And, so, she's our farm cat, I guess. She's not much of a hunter, but I guess her presence makes the rats stay away, or mice. Here's our Koozie Squash, relative of the loofah gourd, I believe, because the seeds look almost identical. But we planted that like a week ago, and they're sprouting. There's one there. So hopefully that'll go up on this arbor as well. Poke these sweet potatoes through. I want to keep those guys going toward the front and not on this side. That's the goal over here. Just keep them going this way. Oh, these guys snuck out. Put them back in. There we go. So, those are doing good. That's the first time I'm growing that too. There's a lot of firsts for me this year. So this will grow up on those and hang down. I think they're like 3 feet or something, 2 or 3 feet long. Here's our ginormous rhubarb plant. And the leaves are huge. Very big. Pretty cool looking. Our pepper plants, they're doing well. These are smaller. And this one was a so-called premium one. I think this is a peppercini. It looks like it might be a peppercini, which is fine. We like those a lot. What's this? So anyway, those are doing well. That's a chocolate beauty, obviously. A tag. And the rest, I believe, they might be all chocolate beauties. I'm not sure. We got them at different times, so different places. Our spinach, Malabar spinach, is it's almost like a succulent. The leaves are really thick. so they hold water. But man, these are slow growing. I planted those the same time as those pumpkins and most everything else, and they're still just barely growing. They're still going, but they're barely going. Then we got some sweet potatoes. Here's a slip that survived. I planted that a while back, and that's surviving. That's good. When they go from outside into the sun, they tend to die. Here's the other Malabar spinach, which gets a little bit more sun, is doing better, but still pretty small. They are perennial, so those will be around forever. This one will be a dedicated spinach arbor because the plant is perennial. It just keeps growing and growing, so we'll have those for a long time. So it's okay, it grows a little slow because it's gonna last us a lot longer. We're not in a hurry to get it to harvest. Here's our butternut squash. Got some little guys growing in there. We got some big guys up here. They're doing good on the arbor. And one there. We got one up there. Got one inside there. We got a lot. We got a lot of those. Probably not gonna be able to eat them all. We don't really eat that much squash. We're trying to grow a lot for storage purposes and learn how to eat more squash because it's good for you. So you got like 3 right there in a row, almost. 1, 2, 3. That's pretty cool. This one's pretty big already. It's getting pretty big, good size. These are a little smaller. So, oh yeah, we got nasturtiums. These sweet potatoes, for some reason, aren't doing very well. So, I have some more starts in the back starting. So when those get rooted into potting soil, I'm going to plant them out here. That way they get a better chance of surviving. Have them in partial shade outside. Oh look, here's a bee. Here's a bee pollinating. It's doing its thing. There we go. It's almost as if it was created and designed. I find it personally hard to believe that it was by accident. These are goji berries. Now, so you can see them, they're starting to get a little green bud on them. So these are going to be starting to get to size and ripe. This is the first year growing these also. Here's another guy. There was here's some bigger ones here. These are big ones, bigger. I wouldn't say big, obviously, but they're bigger. They're growing, so we're excited about those. Our cucumber is finally starting to vine out where I can train it up on there. Hi, Pookie. Come here. Come here, Pooks. You gonna come over this way? You come over see me from this way? Come on. Come on. Hi, you. This cat will follow us around the block on a walk. She is super, super friendly. Okay. So cucumbers are here. We've got a lot of them. And then we have one in here that's ready to go. I think it's pretty good size. I don't even remember which one they are. Maybe burpee hybrid or we have another one here too. I didn't even see this guy. Check that out. That's a surprise. Would you look at that? 2 of them. Is there any more in there I don't know about? Because that was a surprise. They grow really fast. They almost blow up like a balloon. Just like one day they're gone, next day they're there. It's pretty amazing how fast they grow. Here's some more potatoes. Blueberry. This one's a couple years old. This one, which I pulled up, is new and it didn't make it. I don't know. I think I know why. I think we buried it too deep when it was planted. This one's still going, and that one's a pink blueberry, and that one's still going. all that trashy stuff. I still didn't clean it up yet, but that's coffee grounds with filters, because they do biodegrade. They're not used to, you know, paper filters, and they will go away eventually, but they don't look very good until then. Our plum tree has a lot of fruit on it, and we are gonna can this and make jelly out of it. No pectin jelly. You just basically put plums in it and boil it many times to evaporate it so it goes down. This one's a little bit, this will be sweet tart, but not super tart. It's Santa Rosa plums. They're usually a little darker than this, but this one will still be good. So we got, someone messed up the drip line here. I'm gonna put that back in here. Okay. Here's our cantaloupe, one of our cantaloupes right here. And this is another cantaloupe. Don't think I have anything on it yet, but they're coming, I'm sure. Still pretty young plant. So it's first time for cantaloupe too. My peach tree, we've harvested a few off here already. It's the same kind of tree as the tangerine, except this one has fuzz. So they hide the fruit really well, so you can't really see them from the outside too good, which is great for the street. Another cantaloupe right there. Summer squash. We had summer squash. The one that was right here, we picked and ate it yesterday. We had sauteed squash and cabbage, onion, and kale. It was pretty good. So that's the squash, and the pumpkin is doing really well. No flowers on this yet. Just starting to come on little tiny buds, but no flowers yet. And so pretty soon, this is usually probably late in the season, they'll be done. And then our regular zucchini, green, was it Black Beauty or something? These guys I planted the same time as the Koozie Squash, and they're doing well. Plant them right in the mulch. If you look, this is just mulch. It's mulch, and after the mulch you get to hay, and that's all we're planting them in. And there's hay under there. The hay might be broken down mostly by now. Yeah, the hay looks like it's broken down, but see this? See this? This dirt is it's breaking down. It's nice and it's getting finer. Just want to show you. This is what they call the Ruth Stout method. And I got the dirt, so I'm on dirt. I think it's hay. So I got some hay, but the hay's broken down, it's all black and it's going away. But this is the no-till method, so you stack up a bunch of organic material and you don't have to water it very much because the straw or hay holds the water really well, and you don't have to water that much, and it also breaks down and you just add more on top later, and then you slowly build up your soil the way it's naturally supposed to be done. Rototillers work really well and fast, but it's not the natural way to go. So we have a lot of earthworms in here, so they're going to town and eating all the hay and stuff. Here's some black beans we planted. They're supposed to grow up on this corn, but this corn, they're taking their time. The black beans are taking their time. The corn might not be here before they're ready, so maybe we can plant the other corn in time to have a second crop in the front. I'm hopeful. These are starting to tassel and silk, so hopefully in another month, less than a month, in July we'll probably take these out. And that is it on the garden. I'll show you our sugar maple tree. Sugar maple tree. I have to show pictures of of that when the kids were small, only a few years ago. Anyway, have a great day. Enjoy your week, and we'll talk to you later. Bye. Sugar maple tree, when we first planted it, soon after we moved in and removed a large rotted mulberry tree.